Hello, travel partners. So, welcome to another amazing session of Craftsman webinars. I am Nakul Agarwal, your host for the evening, and today we'll be having a destination learning session on Bali. And to tell you about Bali, today we have with us our Bali expert, Mr. Sufyan. And once we share all the information with you, we'll have a Q&A round at the end to take up all your queries. Now, without any further ado, I'll let Sufyan take over.
Thank you, Nakul, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. This is Sufyan. As Nakul already mentioned, so I'll be giving a very short and crisp, brief discussion about Bali, right? So for that, I'll share my screen. Give me a moment. So basically, if I talk about Bali, everybody knows it's in the Southeast Asia region. So best time to visit Bali is April, May, and October and January. So these are the months which is the best time because we have holidays in India. B, Bali weather is very appropriate in these times. Secondly, in the month of July and August, surge pricing in Bali happens in terms of hotels, in terms of all the sightseeing attractions. So that is a time where overall pricing, overall pricing is high in Bali. So again, we can talk about who can go to Bali. Again, Bali is a place for couples, it's for families, it's for honeymoon anniversary customers, and it's for groups also. So currently, Travco as a company has hosted multiple groups in the month of June. In the month of May also we have hosted multiple groups. Couples, families are basically the ones which host approximately 60% of the traffic from Bali. Okay, if I talk about why we should book with Travplan, what Travplan has done in Bali, which no other DMC has done. So if I talk about 100% contracted properties are there that has been done on ground. I myself have visited a few of my team members have visited in Bali to get the contact of all the properties. Excellent ground support, which means like if your customer arrives at airport we have approximately so there's a K circle outside the airport where we have put up a booth. We have one staff with travel and branded t-shirts, caps, etc. So we as a local DMC want to do if we as a local DMC if you want to do branding, you can also do branding provided we have significant business, right? Apart from that, with every couple visiting Bali, we provide free floating breakfast and in honeymoon couples, sorry, in private pool villas, right? So if any of you gives a customer who is a honeymoon couple, or let's say they book private pool villas with Travtran, then they'll get a free floating breakfast with every booking, right? So without any additional cost. So if I talk about top sightseeing in Bali, so Nusa Penida is again another island which is approximately 45 minutes away from Bali, the main Bali island, right? So we as a travel plan basically have put up another team over there, ground support, wherein customers, if they face any kind of problem, if they face any kind of coordination problems, so that ground support team helps them in coordination, right? So again, the best option in Ubud is Kintamani Tour. Kintamani Tour basically is an area wherein uh, there is a Mount Batur volcano, which is the only live volcano in Ubud area, right? Even the entire valley, that's the only live volcano, right? If I talk about Tanara Temple basically is a temple which is in the west area of Bali Island. The sunset at Tanara is very famous. It's a picturesque place where people go there in the evening, click a lot of pictures, sunsets at the sunset time. Uluwatu again is at the bottom of Bali, you can say South Bali, right? So Uluwatu temples is famous for Kechak dance, wherein in evening time people go there at the sunset, and after sunset they enjoy Kechak dance over there. Okay. If I talk about Bali packages, so Bali packages may again 495 days is the standard itinerary, which starts from USD 150 per person. So standard itinerary, if I talk about 495 days, which includes 2 nights stay in Kota and 2 nights stay in Ubud. So 2 nights stay in Kota means we have all the sightseeing covered, basic sightseeing covered in Kota plus Ubud. And if I talk about 5 nights 6 days itinerary, the cost is based on 190 per person, which includes three-star property stay, multiple attractions, multiple sightseeings, and again 2 nights Kota and 3 nights Ubud is the main area which we cover in this 5 nights 6 days itinerary. If I talk about 6 nights 7 days, in this what we cover is Kuta, Ubud, and Nusa Penida. So Nusa Penida we don't give night stay in 6 nights, but Nusa Penida Island we cover all the beaches, all the attractions over there, and all the major attractions in Ubud again for 2 nights, and 4 nights in Kuta. That's the basic thing which what we do in 6 nights 7 days itinerary. So 250 USD per person is what we sell it as the base category, which includes three-star property with breakfast and multiple other things, right? All the sightseeing mentioned. So again, Bali may overall, you must be assuming that overall crowd, overall customers, what they do, right? So as I mentioned already, whatever sightseeing are there, all the sightseeing basically are Instagram friendly. So people basically go to Bali for Instagram tour, right? For their Instagram pictures, ki location we have. So we as a traveler, what we do is we have everything on ground. We have component level contracting everywhere in Bali, whether it's a sightseeing, whether it's a hotel, whether it's drivers, whether it's anything else. Okay. So yeah, so I was talking about the sightseeing. So every component, let's say it's attraction, let's say it's drivers. We keep on checking the quality of drivers which we have. We keep on check about the quality of cars we have, and again we keep on checking the updated pricing for each attractions. Right. So each attraction, if price changes or price comes down, so we offer that discount, etc. To all of our travel partners. So as I mentioned in my previous page that we offer floating breakfast. So from today onwards we are launching a fixed departure for Bali, wherein each private pool villa will have a free floating breakfast for all your customers. So you will be waiting for our updates today evening, wherein we'll be floating all the fixed departures for Bali. So these fixed departures can be with and without flights. We have both the options. So you want to upgrade to 4 star, 5 star, we do have that as well, right? So every category of hotels we have, every category of transportation. Let's say it's a group size of around 100 people, group size of around 200 people, 50 people, 70 people. We can cater for all, right? So we have enough contracted properties plus enough good quality of buses, good quality of vehicles. So every category is there. So that was basically all about Bali. If you guys have any questions, you can share.
So sightseeing points एक बार
Okay, so sightseeing points, if I talk about, so first one you can see these are the top sightseeing. So Nusa Penida basically is another island wherein we go there through ferry. So one of our drivers will come to your hotel. They'll pick the customer from the hotel, drop at the Sanur Harbor. From Sanur Harbor, the customer goes through ferry to the Nusa Penida Island. So within Nusa Penida Island, basically it takes around 4 hours or 5 hours to cover the entire sightseeing. These includes 4 beaches, plus this include snorkeling at Crystal Bay. So within 4 to 5 hours, we provide all these sightseeing. Plus, there is a complimentary lunch also included in that island. Once all these sightseeing are done, 4:30 p.m. around 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. we come back through ferry. Again, the ferry duration from Penida Island to Bali or Bali Island to Penida, it takes 45 minutes single side, the ferry time, right? So that's how the Nusa Penida sightseeing is covered. Kintamani basically is in the Ubud area. So whoever is staying in Ubud area, they can do Kintamani sightseeing, wherein Kintamani includes the Mount Batur mountain. So Mount Batur mountain basically there is a viewpoint wherein you can see the live volcano if it is there. Usually live volcano is there all the time, but sometimes it's not there. So Kintamani area is basically famous for Mount Batur only. So if the live volcano is not there, then people can do trekking also. So for trekking in Kintamani, one has to wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and they have to go again with the guide. So Tanalot Temple, again Tanalot and Uluwatu Temple, these both are the temples which are located at the west side of Bali, which clearly mentions that sunset at this point would be far better. So sunset means again we go there in the evening, click some pictures, and Uluwatu Temple basically is famous for Kechak dance also, right? So Kechak dance basically happens for half an hour. That is a traditional dance which happens in Uluwatu. So the tickets again are included if you want. We can give you a package with the included tickets also for Kechak dance. So again, if your customer is going to Bali through Trapline, so whatever is there in sightseeing, every ticket, every transportation is included. Our driver himself act as a guide there. Okay. So these are the basic sightseeings of Bali. Then again, additional to these, we have water sports there in Tanjung Benoa. Whatever sightseeings you mention online from online source or from you guys have heard from your respective travel agents or you guys have heard from your respective colleagues. We offer all the kind of sightseeing there in Bali. So whatever you heard there.
Thank you so much, Sufyan, for explaining all these things about Bali. And if any one of you has any doubts or questions, You can write it in the comment box and we'll take those up. Uh, Dimple Sethi is asking, Uluwatu is famous for what?
So basically, again, as I mentioned, Uluwatu is a traditional, I think, 1,000 years temple, wherein the Kechak dance is mostly famous there. So Kechak dance is the traditional dance wherein the locals perform a dance in the area of Uluwatu temple. That is basically the traditional dance of Bali.
Okay. And Nikita Singh is also asking about the most favorable places or sightseeing for bachelors.
Sorry, once again.
The most favorable places and sightseeing places for bachelors specifically.
So for bachelors, they would definitely want to go for some adventure activities. So we have water sports over there. We can do scuba diving. That can be done either in Nusa Penida Island, and that can be done in the Bali Island. But the better part is that we have an area called Lavina, wherein all the customers who loves doing adventure activities, they can basically go to Lavina, wherein we have experts who can actually train them, who can give them a scuba certificate. Like it's a 3-day course wherein the customer himself can become an instructor. Plus, in Lovina Beach, one can have sightseeing of live dolphin over there. So that's the place basically for adventure lovers and for young students and adults also.
Okay. And uh, Sabir Khan is asking, is vaccination certificate still mandatory to visit Bali?
See, as per Bali government, vaccination is not mandatory for now, but it depends on the airlines to airlines. Currently, the most number of flights from India has, I think VietJet has it. But again, VietJet usually checks about the double vaccination. So yeah, I think as per airlines it is mandatory, but as per Bali government it is not. So most, I think 90% of the airlines check it still, though it's not a mandate from the government. So it's better to get the COVID certificate of both the doses and then travel. But first, for the child which is below 18 years of age, if he is accompanying with someone who has already vaccinated twice, then they allow it.
Okay. And IT Nature Club is asking, can we arrange tours to Java as well?
Java, yes, we can do. Though we have local partners over there in Java as well. We don't do it very frequently, but on special requests, yes, we can. Any more questions?
And Ravi Chauhan wants to know, why is Nusa Penida West more famous?
So basically, so again, there are two parts of Nusa Penida, East and West. West is famous because it's a picturesque. The beaches over there like Kalinking Beach, Palong Cliff, Broken Beach. All these are a picturesque locations wherein which is famous because some of the celebrities plus some of the Instagrammers have went there and clicked the pictures over there. So which is why a few of the spots are famous. Which and again, so you can see celebrities go over there, so people follow people, right? That's how the West is more famous. Otherwise, both the sides, East and West, are equally beautiful.
Okay. And Jason Matt is asking, do we also arrange Jan food in Bali?
Sorry.
Uh, do we also arrange Jan
Yes.
food in
Jan
Bali?
food, yeah, we do have an option. See, we have multiple options of Indian restaurant in Bali, which is in Kuta and Ubud area both. So there are multiple restaurants who offer veg plus non-veg both, and there are few of the restaurants who offer only veg. And yes, pure Jan food can also be arranged upon special request in advance if that is booked in advance. Plus, there is one more thing which I would like to clarify. There is a restaurant a chain called Queens of India in Bali. So, if any of the customers who travels through TrapPlan, like your customer is traveling through TrapPlan and they carry the voucher of TrapPlan or they carry the voucher, you give them the voucher or they book us in advance with the Queens of India, they will get 20% discounts flat on the a la carte menu, whatever they're ordering and eating. So it's basically in Kuta, it's in Seminyak, it's in Ligyan, it's in Ubud area also. So the Queens of India chain is everywhere in Bali. So whenever your customers goes there and show something from Trapline, then they'll get a 20% flat discount. That offers both veg and non-veg options.
Okay. And Book My Planet wants to know, can you please suggest some direct flights option from Delhi to Indonesia?
So again, particularly about Bali, there is no direct flight option. The cheapest one currently which is ongoing is VHF, which has a layover in Hanoi. So the total dive flight duration is of around 14 hours, 14 to 14.5 hours. There is Singapore Airlines also. Sometimes I think AirAsia is also there, but again, the cheapest and the fastest, if we say, then that is VHF only, with a layover in Hanoi of around 4 or 5 hours. Yes, we don't have direct flights to Bali.
Okay. And Karma Tours wants to know, what are the best places to visit as a family?
So again, Bali is a land of temples, land of gods, you can say, right? So as a couple or as a family, people usually go to places like coffee plantation. They go to places like Alasaram where they can see rice fields. There's Bali Swing also, right? They can go to Kintamani just for the viewpoint. We have places in Kuta where they can go for shopping spree. They can actually go for temples. So multiple places for families. There's some they can do some water activities. Plus they can go to water parks also. There's water bomb in Bali. So yeah, these are the places where and definitely Nusa Penida Island also people go, like the families also go, because it's a very beautiful island, untouched, like it's not very commercial. So people, again, there's one more island called Gili Island. So that is the only island wherein you won't find any automobile over there. So if you want to go from the harbor to your hotel, so you will not be having any vehicle. You will either go there by horse carts, or you can go there by rickshaws. So there's no motor vehicle, there's no fuel vehicle over there in that island. That's called Gili Island. So that is also very famous for families and couples.
Okay. And Weekend Travel and Tour Service wants to know how many nights are required for Kuta, Ubud, Nusa, Seminyak, Lombok, and Gili.
So Gili one night is enough. Nusa Dua basically, if I talk about, that's a premium area. If you can say golf area, wherein the Nusa Dua beach is very famous, right? Nusa Penida again is a different island. If you want to do some sightseeing for east and west both, then you need a one night stay over there in Nusa Penida. So one night is suggested if they want to cover the entire island. But since we don't have multiple, it's not about we, but the entire island doesn't have multiple stay options over there. So there are basic properties, or there are high end properties, 5-star properties, which go approximately over and above 20,000 per room per night, uh, with breakfast. So either that's very high, otherwise there are basic 3-star properties which sometimes doesn't even have ACs, and the island is very hot. So service wise, the hotels are not that very good. So we don't suggest night stay over there because of the limited options of the property. Again, Kuta mein 3 night stay is enough for the basic itinerary, and Ubud mein 2 night stay is enough. So particularly, I think mentioned all the number of nights over there. So two Ubud, three Kuta is 5 nights, and one Nusa Penida again is 6 nights. Nusa Dua, if you want, you can spend 1 night or 2 nights over there just to chill and relax. Beachside property you can take, right? That's all I believe. And again, Gili, as I mentioned, that's 1 night is required. 1 night is enough for Gili Island. So the ferry to Gili Island basically takes approximately 2 hours each side. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. And Pooja wants to know which are the best markets in Bali for shopping.
Best markets in Bali. So again, so this in Ubud, it's Ubud Art Market, and in Kuta you can go to Krishna Bali, which again is a supermarket kind of thing wherein you can have all the traditional Bali things, like you can see souvenirs, etc. You can buy clothes, everything under one roof. Ligyan, also we have an art market wherein you can buy clothes, you can buy artifacts at very cheap prices. That again you have to negotiate a lot. So they say a price of 10x, and then you can even negotiate for 1x also. So 10 times they sometimes cut down the prices. So negotiation is very hard over there. Otherwise, yeah, Bali mein, Ubud mein we have Ubud Art Market where you can find everything almost everything there, like clothes, shoes, whatever stuff you want, all the traditional souvenirs, and Kutam, as I mentioned, Krishna Ole Ole Bali, and the Lidyan market.
Okay. And Sakshi Sharma wants to know the 4 night, 5 day itinerary once again.
So I'll explain 4 night, 5 days itinerary. So if someone is going from India, usually they lands in Bali at around 2 p.m. So there's a 2 hours immigration process, which includes immigration, which includes baggage collection, then coming out of the airport, and currency exchange and whatever. So it takes around 2 hours. So 4 p.m. approximately is the time you come out of your airport. So our driver picks you up from the airport, reaches the customer reaches at hotel in Kota. So first night stay we give in Kota. Since approximately 14 hours was the flight and 2-3 hours in immigration, so customers gets very tired. So which is why first day we don't give any sightseeing usually. But if someone wants, we can give them candlelight dinner. So candlelight dinner basically can be done at the property, or it can be done at Jimbaran Beach, wherein basically that beach is known for candlelight dinners only. So we have a few restaurant options over there, which also provide Jain meal, but that has to be booked in advance. So day one, this is the thing. Day two, usually what we do is we do water sports activity in the first half, which takes approximately 3 hours. So three water sports activity like parasailing, banana boat, and jet ski. That is included in the package. If you want to add on, again, we can include as many activities as you want. Plus, you can book directly over there also. And in the second half after lunch, what we do is we go to the water temple. Again, Uluwatu temple, as I mentioned, sunset at sunset time, it's very beautiful, and then Kechak dance in the evening. Post that, we drop you at the hotel, and you can go for your dinner nearby. Right, that's the day two. Day three, what we do is we go to Ubud. We transfer you to Ubud. Again, put your luggage and go for sightseeing like Kintamani. Kintamani, may you have again Mount Batu. You can, if you want, you can do the trek also, but that has to be done on fourth day, because on the day of transfers, once you check out from the hotel, it is approximately 9 or 9:30, and it takes, I think, approximately 1 hour to reach Ubud. So if you want to do trek on that, that is not possible. So sunrise trek is basically famous for Kintamani, which has to be done on fourth day. So third day, if you want to do Kintamani, that can be done, but without trek. And then on the way back to your hotel, you can see coffee plantations, you can see rice terraces, you can see, you can go to Bali Swings, and again, check in at the hotel. Evening, you can enjoy your dinner at the nearby restaurant, or you can ask for Balinese massage also, which we provide either in your hotel, or we can give you a cab and drop you at a parlor. Then you can have your massage and you can come back to the hotel. That again is included. Day four, basically, we do the Ubud Art Market, Ubud Palace, and Monkey Forest in Ubud. Next day, a departure to the airport. That's the entire 4 night itinerary.
Okay. And to answer Wanderlust's whole questions, yes, we do have many vegetarian restaurants in Bali, and you can also tell us in advance at the time of booking, and we can make the arrangements accordingly. And if you have any other questions, you can just write it in the comment box. Um, Shreya Mehta wants to know that the government has imposed some restrictions recently, so she wants update on the same.
So basically, yes, the governor of Bali basically has asked the tourism boards to restrict the like again to limit the number of tourist arrivals, because that's because the Kuta area and the Gyan and Seminyak area is little crowded in season. So they want to regulate in terms of let's say one, they want every customer should be there with the guide, because without guide there are people who actually don't follow the rules. So Bali is a land wherein traffic rules, multiple other rules, like if you go to temples, if you go to sacred areas, then you have to dress modestly, right? So all these things, some tourists, whether it's Indian, whether it's foreigners, again we are also foreigners for them. So for them, people were violating rules, etc. So which is why they wanted to limit, so that the island doesn't become overcrowded. So as such, if the restrictions are there, there is no count of numbers that number of tourists may arise, but that will be in the in million numbers. So again, that should not be a problem for us in terms of business volume, or in terms of whether you want to go to Bali or not. So visa rules are very relaxed. You can, visa is on arrival, right? So whenever you want to go, it should not be a problem for now. So limitations are there, but The numbers are not very small. It's big enough that again, for your facts and figures, Indians are the number two visitors in Bali. Number one is Australians. So I don't think the Bali Island has any problem for now with Indians. So yeah.
Okay. And Meki wants to know that is it possible to cover Tukad, Kempung Waterfalls, Tirtha Empul Temple, Dedong Lulu, Bali Swings, Leke Waterfalls, and Urun Danu Temple in a single day starting from Ubud?
So yes, if you are starting from Ubud, yes, you can do all these things, but it will be a very tiring day. You have to leave early, like 6 or 6:30 in the morning, which in case if you check out at that time, you might miss out on your breakfast, which is again provided complimentary from the hotel. But yeah, if you leave around 8:30 or 9 in the morning, then you might miss out on few things. But if someone wants a hectic itinerary, these things can be covered.
Okay. And Miss Pooja wants to know is the Kintamani Trek still operating? And
Is
if it is,
Kintamani?
Kintamani Trek.
So Kintamani trek as it is operated, people can either trek over there or they can go there in the morning through gypsies also. So both the options are open for now. Like there is no restriction as of now, and nothing is closed.
Okay. And we have one more question from Bharat Agarwal. He wants to know a little more about Gili Island. So, Sufian, can you please just summarize a little on this, on
So
the Gili Island?
basically, Gili Island is in the northeast part of the Bali province, you can say. So Gili Island basically is a remote island wherein most of the people doesn't know even the English language. They only understand the remote language, which is the local language of Bali. So people usually go to Gili only for surfing, like better surfing options are there. Plus, it's a calm and composed island where there's no disturbance in terms of this. It's a low network area, less populated, away from all the traffic, hustle bustle. So if someone wants to have a calm and composed day, that's the place basically everybody goes, Gili Island.
Okay. And weekend travel and tour service, can you please write your question again? It is not clear. And destination Baroda wants to know, do we are organic farm cooking and farm tours also available?
So organic things like farm tools we can do local cooking lessons also. We have options of these things in Ubud. So yeah, if it is required, you can let us know in advance, and we can go. Even the local village tour also we can have farming tours, yes, and cooking lessons as I mentioned. You can have that as well. So I think all these things are possible.
Okay, and Miss Temple wants to know the best things to do in Bali with kids.
I think that's not a very kid friendly in terms of like there's nothing as such specialized for kids, but water sports are there. They can enjoy that. Uh, Again, water parks are there. Shopping complexes. You can buy stuff for kids, but that's it basically, and beautiful beaches.
Okay, and Bharat Agarwal wants to know is there nightlife in Gili Island?
No, there's no nightlife as such in Gili Island. If the property itself has a club or something like that, then yes, you can enjoy something over there. The only nightlife in Bali is basically in Ligyan area, which comes under Kota region. So we have a lot of clubs over there, shopping malls, local market. So that's live till 2 or 2:30 in the night. That's the only place where people can have nightlife. Some part of Seminyak also do have nightlife, but nothing apart from these two areas. Otherwise, you can go to various beach clubs like Potato Head Beach Club, wherein yes, you can have, and those are basically located at Seminyak Beach.
Okay, and we have another question from Mr. Siddesh, and he wants to know what are the maximum tip to be given to taxi drivers or people working in hotel?
See, tipping is not mandatory. Unlike Vietnam, yes, it is mandatory, but in Bali, whatever you guys want to know. So again, maximum number is it can go to anywhere, right? So There's no minimum or maximum amount of tipping over there. Whatever the guests want to, they can do that. So it's not capped at minimum or maximum. Even if they don't want to give you, that's okay. Our drivers basically never ask for tips.
Okay. And if you have any other questions, you can all just write it in the comment box. And you can always watch this webinar again. It is going to be uploaded on YouTube only. Okay, so Jason Matt wants to know, many customers feel it's cheaper to go in Bali and hire bike. So do we arrange bike tours?
See, we have an option for giving you bike, but that is not safe because the traffic rules over there are very strict. Personally, I would not recommend going there and have a two-wheeler because it's overcrowded sometimes, and people across the world come to Bali. Uh, if someone is going there for longer stays, then yes, of course, it is a cheaper option. So to cut the cost, we can have this two-wheelers. But if you're going there for 5 nights, 6 nights, or let's say 7 nights, it's better to have a car. Uh, and the people and the driver will show you around with the places. If you want to go on your own, like you have to do the research on your own. Plus, the traffic rules are too strict. You might get caught by any offense which you already might not be knowing, right? You might not be aware. So yes, we do provide, but we don't recommend it.
Okay. And Ms. Pooja, we have already answered your question. You can just play back the video and get to know the answer. And Ms. Dimple wants to know, is Bali safe for solo travelers?
So yes, Bali is basically safe for solo travelers. Indians, if I talk about, usually doesn't travel solo. Approximately 2 or 3% of Indians usually travel to Bali solo. We have uh, we have done multiple bookings for solo travels in Bali, so it's completely safe. There are no issues. We give them good properties, good drivers, so yeah, it's totally safe.
Okay, and Ms. Pooja wants to know, can self-drive be both done for two-wheeler and four-wheeler without the national driving license? Is the Indian license valid in Bali?
So as per the documents, it is not. We require an international driving license, but you can yes hire two-wheeler and four-wheeler. That too, if you are hiring through a recognized company, through a registered company, they will ask you for a license. If through unregistered and local suppliers, which every street has, yes, they don't ask you for the license, but that is not safe because anytime the cops stop you, they will ask. So it is easy to get two-wheeler, but also it is very easy to get caught if you don't have any license.
Okay, and Jason Matt wants to know, how is the card penetration in Bali? Can we swipe cards everywhere, or is it more of a cash country?
Uh, yes, I think approximately in every restaurant you can swipe, in every mall you can swipe, but the local shops it's suggested to carry cash. The small shops wherein a lot of bargaining is there. Malls, yes, they do have, of course, machines you can swipe card. Uh, I think in Ubud, I think 60% people accept cash, 40% card. But in Kuta area, yes, you can swipe card everywhere almost, which is approximately 80%, yes, is accepted, and 20% you have to carry cash.
Okay, and Dimple City wants to know what kind of mobile network will work in Bali.
So Bali has their own local network. Again, if you're carrying international roaming SIM, yes, you can. Let's say I have an Airtel SIM here, you can activate international roaming, and their SIM will like, perfectly work fine. Also, we also give you an option of buying a SIM, which approximately cost your customer around 1200 rupees, which has data plus calling, a few minutes of calling plus approximately 12 GB of data. Again, the price varies depending on the shop to shop. Usually, the SIM at the airport is a little expensive, but yes, you can get multiple options at airport to buy a SIM card with multiple carriers and multiple number of schemes. Let's say 100 GB data, 80 GB data, whatever is the requirement as per this, they can buy.
Okay, so what will explore? We have already answered your question. Yes, we have many vegetarian hotels and restaurants in Bali, and you can also tell us your requirement in advance, and we can cater to it. And Miss Pooja wants to know a little more about the Kintamani trek. She wants to know how and when does it start, and what is the duration of the trek.
So basically, if someone wants to go to Kintamani to trek, so the driver will come at your hotel at 2 a.m. in the morning. He'll take you to the spot. There you will be accompanied by a guide. So the basically the trek starts somewhere around 3:30 in the morning, and if you hike to the top, it takes around approximately 2 hours, and coming back will be taking 1.5 hours. Then depends on how much time you spend over the top. So it is basically meant for sunrise. So which is why it is called sunrise trek. So that's the total duration I mentioned. So again, the transit time is totally depending on the distance of your hotel and the Kintamani area, which approximately usually in the common area, common Ubud area, then it takes around 35 to 40 minutes to reach Kintamani one way.
Okay. And Miss Pooja wants to know, can we exchange INR at the TBS airport?
Sorry, can we?
Can we exchange INR with the local currency at
Not
TBS?
INR. INR is not there. You can exchange USD or idea. That's it. So if someone is visiting Bali, they can either take idea from the local currency exchange in India, and otherwise they can take USD, and USD can be exchanged at the airport, and that can be exchanged at your respective hotels. Almost of the 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star hotels provide you exchange options. Plus, in Kuta and Ubud area, every 1 kilometer you will find few exchange shops, authorized exchange shops. Also, at the time of arrival in Bali, once you have to buy the visa, which is approximately 35 USD is the amount of the visa. So that can be paid in IDR and USD only. No other currency they accept.
Okay. And Meki wants to, and Capstone World is uh, wants to know a little about Handara Gate and Select Fire Show.
Andara Gate basically that's the place where people go in the evening. And yeah, fire show is approximately for a duration of 30 minutes. That's the max. So that basically lies in the Ubud area, Andara Gate.
Okay. And is travel insurance mandatory in Bali?
As per documentation, yes, it is mandatory, but that is not being checked. Still, we recommend you take a travel insurance, which is a better option to travel to foreign land, because there might be chances you like, God forbid, you might be in an accident, and that will be covered, or you lost your baggage, anything. So it's mandatory to take a travel insurance, which approximately costs 400 or 500 INR. That can be purchased through any online website like Echo, like Tata AG or whatever. So yes, I think we should suggest travel insurance for our customers.
Okay, so we are going to take up the last question now. Destination Baroda wants to know, do we have a Hindi speaking guide available in Bali?
Yes, we do have an option for that. So whenever you want an English speaking guide, you can mention in your email or your inquiry, and we can definitely give you the entire package with an English speaking guide, which can be in every place like Nusa Penida, Gili Island, and Kuta, Ubud, whatever area you are covering, every places will be covered with an English speaking guide. If you want, you can put a requirement.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sufyan, for answering
Thank
all
you.
these questions. And if any one of you wants to uh, know the answers of this question again, you can just go back and rewatch the video. And we are soon going to be launching some Bali FDs, so you can check those out and stay tuned for the updates for the upcoming webinars. Thank you so much for joining.